quick, boring part the lawyers make me say. This is entertainment and education, not financial advice, and I'm not your advisor. Do your own research before you touch your money. Good? Good. There's a car sitting near you right now today that someone is selling for half of what it's worth. They think it's broken. It isn't. By the end of this video, you'll know how to find it, buy it for almost nothing, and turn it into a stack of cash. No special skills required. And I'm not going to stop at one car. I'll show you how this becomes one car, then three, then a lot full of them. A real business, a kind most people are too lazy or too scared to build. They're scrolling. You'll be earning. Sit down. Everyone thinks flipping cars means being a mechanic. Grease, engines, the whole mess. So they never start. Good. That's less competition for you. The money was never in fixing cars. It's in buying them right. The car that's filthy, faded, and won't start scares off almost everyone who looks at it. That fear is your discount. You're not paying for a broken car. You are getting paid for not being scared. 4 steps. That's the whole thing. Then we scale it. Step 1 happens before you talk to anyone. You'll learn what cars actually sell for in your area. You open Kelley Blue Book, type in the make, the model, the year, the mileage. It gives you 2 numbers, private party value, what a normal person pays, and trade-in value, what a dealer pays. You want the private party number. That's your ceiling, your sell price. Write it down. You never, ever go look at a car without knowing this number first. This is the number every amateur skips. That's why you overpay and make nothing. You also want to know which cars sell fast where you live. Cheap, boring, reliable cars everybody needs, Honda Civics, Toyota Corollas, Camrys, those move in days. A rear-wheel drive convertible in the middle of winter sits for 2 months. Boring sells, remember that. Now you hunt, Facebook Marketplace, sorted by newest first, because the real deals get taken within the hour, sometimes 30 minutes. You're racing other people. Speed wins. You search for the magic words sellers use when they're tired. Needs work, won't start, mechanic special, must go. Don't waste my time. That last one's my favorite. A man who writes "don't waste my time" is exhausted. That car's been in his driveway for 3 weeks. He hates it. He wants it gone more than he wants top dollar. That's your seller. Then you message before you drive anywhere. Is it still available? Would you take less? Are there problems not in the listing? Why are you selling? Their answers tell you everything before you waste an afternoon. But here's where most beginners blow their first flip. They fall for the word kinda broken. Some problems are free money. One of them will wipe out your savings. In a second, I'll show you exactly how to tell them apart. But first, some broken things are gold. Some will ruin you. Here's the line. The good problems are on the surface. A filthy interior, faded paint, cloudy yellow headlights, a dead battery, a blown fuse, a loud muffler. These look like a disaster. They scared buyers off, and they cost you almost nothing and 1 afternoon to fix. The traps are deep inside the car. A bad transmission, that's thousands. A cracked windshield, major rust eaten through the body, torn seats that need full replacement. On your first flips, you walk away from every one of these. They cost more than the car. The rule is simple. Surface problems are profit. Deep problems are poison. Dirty is good, broken engine is bad. Before you hand over $1, you make the car tell you the truth. There's one tool for that, an OBD2 scanner, about $100 on Amazon. It plugs in under the steering wheel, reads the car's computer, and lists every fault it has. You turn the key to the on position, plug the scanner in, read the codes. Small, cheap problems? Good. If it's screaming about the engine and the transmission, you smile, you say, "I'll think about it," and you leave. The seller can lie to your face. He can't lie to the scanner. Never skip this. It's the difference between profit and disaster. Now the price, where you'll make most of your money in about a minute. You already know the fixed up value because you checked before you left. Now you stand there and you calmly say every flaw out loud. Headlights are shot. Interior needs a deep clean. Brakes feel soft. Tires are getting low. You're not insulting the car. You're building your case. Every flaw drags the number down. Then you make your offer and you build it backwards from a number you already know. Take the fixed up sell price, subtract the parts, subtract the little cushion for surprises, always leave the cushion, something that always comes up. Subtract the profit you want to walk away with. Whatever's left is your offer. You say it once, in cash, and then you shut up. The person who talks first loses, and you don't care if you get this one. There's another tomorrow. That's the whole power move. You're the calm guy with cash, not the desperate one. If a $100 tool and one conversation just saved you thousands, subscribe and ring the bell. I hand you the things nobody explains. You stick around for the rest. Back to it. You own a cheap, ugly car. Here's the part that turns it into cash. And it's almost insulting how simple it is. The single biggest jump in a car's value isn't the engine. It's making it clean. Not wipe the dash clean. Showroom clean. Inside, you start by ripping out every piece of trash. Then you vacuum everything. And I mean everything. Seats, carpets, the cracks between the seats, under the seats, the trunk. Big move most people skip is the carpet extractor. You can rent one. It sprays clean the deep into the fabric. You scrub it in with a stiff brush to break up the dirt, then it sucks all the filthy water back out. You'll watch black water come out of carpets that looked clean. Then every plastic panel gets wiped with soapy water and a brush, and a coat of protectant, so a faded gray plastic goes dark and rich again. Glass inside and out. A car that smelled like a locker room, that one smells fresh and looks like someone cared about it. Outside, 2 jobs do the heavy lifting. First, the paint. Faded paint isn't dead, it's just oxidized and gritty. You wash it, then run a clay bar over it to pull out the embedded grime, then hit it with a cleaner wax and a cheap orbital polisher. That one product polishes and protects in a single step, and it brings dead paint back to a wet mirror shine. It don't even wipe out light scratches. Second, the headlights, because cloudy yellow headlights make a whole car look like junk, and fixing them costs a few dollars. You tape around them so you don't scratch the paint. Then you wet sand them. Keep the lanes in the sandpaper wet the whole time, starting around 600 grit to cut the yellow oxidation off, then step up to finer paper. 1,000, then 2,000 or 3,000, sand in a different direction each time so you can watch the old scratches disappear. They'll look hazy and scary in the mill. That's normal. Then you polish them clear with a plastic polish. And here's the step nobody tells you. You wipe them with rubbing alcohol and put a UV sealant on top. Skip that, and the sun fogs them right back up in a few months. Seal them, and they stay clear. Finish the outside. Scrub the wheels, dress the tires, throw on a cheap set of floor mats. Then photograph it at sunrise or on a cloudy day. Never in horse sun. Post it just above your target price. You got room to negotiate. And be honest in the listing about anything left. Clean, shiny, fairly priced cars sell themselves. Fast. That's one flip. A couple thousand profit for a weekend. Most people stop here and call it a side hustle. You're not most people. Here's how it becomes a business. The first move is the one nobody has the discipline for. You take all of it, your original cash plus the profit, and you roll it into the next car. Small profit becomes a bigger budget. Bigger budget buys a better car. Better car makes a bigger profit. That's the engine. But what you can afford 2 cars, do not put it all into one. This is the mistake that ends people. Sink everything into a single car and it's got a hidden problem, or it just sits unsold for 2 months. You're frozen. No cash, no income. So you spread it. 2 cheaper cars instead of 1 expensive one. If one goes bad, the other carries you. Never let one car be able to sink you. The pros run 3 to 5 at a time on purpose. If one's a dud, the other 4 still pay the bills. There's a war coming though, and you need to see it early. Most U.S. states only let you sell about 5 cars a year as a private person before the law calls you a dealer. It varies, some states as low as 2, some higher, so look up your own state's number before you hit it. And separate from that, the IRS treats your profit as income from the very first car. You're running a business now. Track every bow, every receipt, every part. We'll deal with going legit in a minute. Because the real bottleneck isn't money, it isn't cars, it's time. Finding good deals eats hours a day, and there's a way to make the machine do it for you while you sleep. That's next. Once you're doing this seriously, the grind is the searching, refreshing marketplace all day, reading listings, doing the same math over and over. So you take yourself out of it. The idea? A bot that watches new listings in your area around the clock, reads the photos and the description, flags the ones that fit your rules, and sends you one short briefing every morning. You wake up to 5 real deals instead of scrolling through 500 junk ones. And you do not need to be a programmer for this. If you want to learn it yourself, go to YouTube and search Facebook Marketplace Scraper Tutorial and N8N Car Flipping Automation. N8N and Make.com are no-code tools that chain these steps together with almost no code. For reading the photos, search GPT Vision API Tutorial. That's how people feed it an image and get back to yes or no on whether it's a deal. And if that all sounds like a foreign language, don't waste your own hours on it. Hire it out. Go to Upwork or Fiverr, search web scraping or automation developer, and pay someone a few $100 to build exactly this, an AI-powered Facebook Marketplace scraper that watches for specific car models, filters for the traits you want, reads the list and photos to judge condition, and sends you a clean list of deals worth buying, with links straight to each one. One developer, one afternoon, and your deal finding runs itself forever. Your time is the asset now. Protect it. Now the final stage, turning a driveway hustle into a real operation. Once you hit in your state sale limit, you stop dodging it, and you get a dealer license. This is the unlock. Win it, there's no cap on how many cars you can sell in a year. The requirements change by state, but expect the basics. A real business, usually an LLC, sometimes a surety bond, insurance, and an established place of business that passes inspection. You cannot just buy a cheap piece of land and park cars on it. To sell cars there legally, that property has to be zoned commercial, usually a C designation that allows auto sales. So before you buy or lease anything, you call a local zoning office and confirm that exact address is approved for vehicle sales. Most states also want a permanent office on the property, a permanent sign, restrooms, and real space to display the cars, not an empty field. So a real first step isn't buying land. It's calling your city zoning department and your state's DMV and asking for the dealer requirements in writing. Then go find a property that already fits it.
A lot that is already zoned right saves you years of fighting the city for permission.
Then you stop touching the cars yourself. You hire detailers to do the cleaning you used to do. You build a relationship with one or two trusted mechanics for the jobs you won't touch. Your job changes. You're not the guy with the vacuum anymore. You're the one finding the deals, running the numbers, keeping the cars moving, buying right, selling fast, at value. That's the difference between a weekend hustle and a business that pays you whether you show up or not. So that's the whole ladder. Know your numbers, find the paid seller, dodge the big problems, scan before you buy, negotiate cold, clean like a maniac, sell fast, then stack them, spread your risk, automate the hunt, and go legit with a license and a real lark. Most people who watch this will do nothing. I'll go back to scrolling. The few who actually start with one ugly call this weekend, those are the ones I'll see at the top.